But I think Bisu will take that exchange. The critical question is whether or not Iris saw that Dark Templar, the Templar archives. I'm not sure if Iris did. Iris is building another... I see no sign of an academy here. I see no sign of an engineering bay. And Iris might get caught completely with his pants down. This could be a brilliant maneuver by Bisu. Iris dropped the vultures in, but he didn't get the scout in. And Katrina is... And I think I'm starting to see, even though I haven't seen a lot of matches between Protoss and Terran on Katrina, I'm starting to see why it is such a matchup that favors Protoss. Because it's so easy for Protoss to hide their tech. And it's very difficult for the Terran player to anticipate and correctly counter what the opponent is doing. And now it looks like Bisu's going to be coming in with the drop. Iris has got that second gateway up, but I don't think Iris has got an armory. I don't think he's got any anti-air to actually fight that shuttle. I suppose he does have the starport with the control tower, but he hasn't produced a Wraith yet, and he might be in huge trouble because this DT drop might very well just kill Iris off completely. I don't think Bisu is going to be too worried about what Iris is producing. Iris has just got nothing. Iris is going to get completely caught off guard here. Iris has no clue that this Dark Templar drop is coming. He's pulling his units back, but this is going to be chaos for Iris. He's just going to he's trying to use his spider mines to actually defend against those, and he's been forced to lift his main, and that's horrible for Iris. He's actually been forced to lift his main, and Bisu has forced Iris to lift his main command center. Iris bringing the dropship back because it's got 4 vultures in it, and he feels he needs those spider mines with those vultures, and I'm sure he's producing a Wraith in that starport now to try and take that shuttle out. But Bisu's doing a great job, and he's now building an engineering bay as well. Bisu dropping those Dark Templar. Iris doing a great job of not letting the Dark Templar do too much damage to his economy here, lifting up the lifting, and he's actually going to lose the engineer. He's actually going to lose the SCV building the engineering way through that Dark Templar. If Bisu can stop him from building that, it's still going to be critical. And he's got another Dark Templar now. Bisu needs to get that shuttle back over and bring more Dark Templar in. And Iris now is not actually mining from anywhere. He's done a good job of maneuvering his SCVs, and now Bisu, I think he's left his shuttle there too long. He's not going to lose that shuttle to that Wraith, unfortunately, and this time Iris is going to get the academy down. But unfortunately for Iris, he's actually managed to complete his engineering bay. I thought Bisu with that Dark Templar hovering around the engineering bay would have stopped him from there, and now Bisu's actually got the observer, and Bisu's already got the arbiter tribunal and a Stargate. This is insane by Bisu. He's already got his Stargate and arbiter tribunal, and meanwhile Iris's economy is in tatters. I thought Iris was doing a good job of maneuvering his SCVs between the two bases, but Bisu eventually decided to split his Dark Templar, one on each base, and is doing a great job of just killing off Iris's SCVs, and Iris really in dire straits here, caught completely blindsided by that tech move by Bisu. Quite a bold strategy there, and unfortunate again for Iris that even though he had the drop in his opponent's main, he wasn't able to see that, and Bisu actually running that Dark Templar into the siege tank, actually getting the Spider-Man off the siege tank. The siege tank still survives, and Iris with a counter drop with the siege tank and a couple of vultures. I don't think this is going to bother Bisu too much. I think he's going to be able to defend it, and he's just going to walk those dragoons right into that siege tank and take it out while it's in siege mode, and the siege tank can't even hit them, unfortunately, right now. So that drop comes to naught for Iris. The question is, I don't think he's even seen the Stargate and the Arbiter Tribunal, but certainly a very early strategy for the Arbiter Tribunal by Bisu. This is certainly a tech game. Bisu seems to like playing the tech game on this, and I've got to say, Bisu seems to have a firm momentum in this matchup right now, and with this kind of play that he's producing, I do expect him to pull out the win here, and Bisu looks like he's ready to take that expo, and this seems to be typical, as Diggity pointed out in the previous match, of Protoss players on this map, teching severely before even going for that third expo and that third nexus, and it seems to be paying off for a player of Bisu's caliber. He really seems to have made Katrina his whole map, especially against Terran players. Some silky play by Bisu, and some inspired play, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to do in the OSL coming up in his matchup. I think he's got a matchup on Wednesday, and I'm really excited to see Bisu in this kind of form. He seems to be working hard, he seems to be practicing hard, concentrating on his game, he seems to be highly motivated to perform, and I do think he's going to be able to pull out the win here. He seems to have enough units. I think he's got enough units at his base to defend. He's got the Arbiter out, and now I think this time the Vultures should really see the tech, should really see, and he has indeed seen Iris has seen the Arbiter's Tribunal, so he's going to use this Arbiter to actually attack those Vultures, and he's got a couple of Dragoons there, so Iris just laying loads of spider mines, just trying to cause havoc and buy himself some time. And again, that excellent position of the photon cannon actually blocking off his probes mining in his main mineral line, and not allowing Iris to actually do too much damage to Bisu's economy. Meanwhile, Iris is struggling himself. He seems to be locked into his base, and those vultures are going to get polished off sooner rather than later, and Bisu with his dragoons now just polishing off those vultures. Already got the Arbiter out, and I don't think there's much Iris can do in this game. I think Iris has probably played a better game than Zelos would have played under the circumstances, but nevertheless, I think he was just so badly blindsided. And again, I think, when you've got that starport, I know it's tempting to pump out those dropships, but a Wraith there, or an early Wraith, if he had built a Wraith there, it would have helped, and especially considering that you're up against a Protoss opponent where drops are invariably going to play a part. we saw the deterrent effect that the starboard had on Bisu versus Zelos, and Iris finally GG's. He just realizes Bisu's too far ahead in economy and tech, and he GG's. So brilliant play by Bisu, taking that game comfortably. But I think Iris will probably curse himself for not building a Wraith earlier after his first dropship. I think he could have really afforded to build a Wraith, and I think that would have probably saved the day for him, because Bisu wouldn't have had as much maneuverability with his Dark Templar as he did, and Bisu playing a perfect game. Taking the game for MBC Game Hero, and CJ look like they're in a little bit of trouble in this matchup. So this is Klazart, guys. Thanks for listening. Excellent performance by Bisu, and I think it's going to be. He might very well have a comeback before even beginning a big proper slump, and we might see him go all the way this time in the OSL. I'm looking forward to an exciting season with this guy. This is considering the fact that he's probably, in my opinion, the best placed guy to stop Jaedong if push comes to shove. This is Klazart, guys. Thanks for listening.